once again. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Me and the big man once again. Episode 49. Very proud to present Wrestling Ramble.
The big 50.
That's right, man. This is the last episode of an era, basically. Going at it for a year now. And more big things in store, of course, for the show. Where we go exactly, I can't say for certain right now, but you've got some ideas. Can you give the kids just a taste?
We've got some rumblings. Maybe a change of pace. Well, we'll see how that goes.
Something different for sure, no doubt. But stay tuned.
It will be perhaps a new era.
It will be a new era. Like, just numerically, whether we recognize it or not, it will be a new era. Whether we make it count or not remains to be seen, but we don't usually drop the ball. Even when we do drop the ball, in the context of this program, we usually pick it up for the end of the show.
We try. But speaking of dropping the ball, how about we talk about something that happened on an old day?
Tell me. Oh, that. Oh, golly.
Why don't we just start the show off with a bang?
Why not? Or with an old fart. Where to begin?
No.
Everything about that segment was bad. Like, honestly, the doctors, Gallo and Anderson with Nurse Dana was a good gimmick, but once they added Nurse Dana, that was like the zenith. After that, it was just downhill ride. Old fart, awful. Old day, even worse.
That shrinkage joke with the trombone. And you were like, that's definitely a Vince McMahon joke.
Oh, that whole thing stank like Vince McMahon. Vince, I know you watched the show, so let's talk 1-to-1. Well, 2-to-1, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm sure Linda's with you, so I guess you
It's
and
a
the
handicap match.
Well, hey, it's him and his fan with me and my fan.
True.
Vince, listen up. That segment was awful. That was like 25 minutes of your show that you committed to something that didn't draw any money, didn't entertain me or anybody I was with. I was with a fairly big group. And most importantly of all, it didn't in any way enhance either the club or New Day.
No, everybody looked bad. Everybody. It went on way too long. I was just like, okay, New Day's gonna come in now. Okay, they're gonna come in now. Okay, come on, guys, run in.
And then they finally did. And then even still it dragged on too long.
Yeah. They ran in when it was too late already.
The first and last thing we said about that segment is, delete!
Yes. They need to be deleted.
The big man hasn't seen it yet, but just to shift gears for a second, again, we don't usually promote TNA, but the Hardy Bros are my boys, obviously, and I can't ever not rep them, no matter where they go. I was just about to say they could go to North Korea and rep them, but maybe not that far. But to a certain extent, I will follow the Hardys wherever they go, and right now they're killing it with the final deletion gimmick. The big man hasn't seen the last preview video. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out. Matt Hardy brand on YouTube, Phil the YouTuber. The video is just tremendous. I'll just give you a little taste.
I can't wait to see it.
Just a little taste. Basically, Matt takes Brother Nero to a different time and a different place to unlock the potential within.
Goodness. That sounds exciting.
Tomorrow night on Impact Wrestling, it's going to be Decay and the Hardy Boys. Who knows what's going to happen? Last time we saw UAVs, we saw a haunted boat, we saw open grave spots, explosions, the rebirths of Willow, Senor Benjamin somehow got his soul stolen, and much more. Who knows how they're going to top that?
Will Skarsgård make a surprise return?
Well, he's very
floating.
He's very precious to Broken Matt. Very precious to him. Almost as precious as his son, King Maxwell. So I have a feeling that Skarsgård and King Maxwell, Senor Benjamin, Rebby, and the whole gang will definitely show up, and we'll talk about it next week. If it's going to be anything as good as the first final deletion, keep it up, boys.
It's going to be good.
Hopefully. I dig it.
Just a bit of a side tangent. You saying the Hardy Bros reminded me of Daniel Bryan saying the Hype Brothers.
The Hype Brothers. I don't like because the Hardys, like there's like the Hardys, the Hardy Bros, Hardy Brothers, Hardy Boys. I can call them whatever I want. You know what I'm saying? But with the Hype Bros, it's very specific.
I just can't unhear the Hype Brothers now.
You know it, bro.
You know it, brother.
Sorry. I think
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why they want to stay away from the brother shenanigans.
Makes sense.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan doesn't draw any money anymore, brother. Unless from Gawker, yes. Yeah, the big man's flexing all the way to the bank right now. But I'm talking about things that are hot and promise to be really exciting. This week heralds finally the return of Lucha Underground. I say finally, but it's only been off the air for like 6 weeks.
I know, came way sooner than expected.
But not too soon.
I was expecting like to wait out like a year or something
I was
at
soon.
least.
But we're going back to La Temple.
And the Cruiserweight Classic and NXT.
What a time to be a wrestling fan. I know I say it every week, but things just keep getting better and better. AJ Styles now poised to become the top dog of WWE. Kevin Owens the top dog of Raw. At this point, the only thing left is to finally have the last match for Undertaker. Sting to officially retire, wherever the case might be. You know, like it's a finality on it. And is there anything else? Like what other like fantasy situations are left? We'll see CM Punk's UFC fight this weekend. What else is left that we need to see? Because we're in an enchanted time right now. Getting all of our wishes answered.
We need to see Luke Harper return, damn it. He's huge.
Right on the money. The big man, Luke Harper. Luke, if you watch the show somehow, some way, you're awesome. Hopefully you get back in the ring as soon as possible.
Dressed up as you for Halloween.
Yeah, this guy dressed up as you. We both think you're great. Seriously, get back in the ring. We dressed up as our favorite guys and they both got hurt. We're not dressing up as you guys anymore.
No.
Just want you guys to
We'll put that on hiatus.
Yes. Until one of y'all get retired.
Yeah.
Retired. So when the big man gets back in the ring, we have lots of big plans for you. So get well soon. Talking about big plans, what do you think is going to happen tonight, Lucha? I'm just going to name some of the superstars. You tell me what do you think they're going to be doing. So tonight, based on what we saw in the trailer, what's the creative behind Phoenix and his supposed dalliance?
I don't know. I'm excited to find out more of it. I wonder how that would play into the story. Like, maybe someone's gonna like kidnap Melissa Santos. It's gonna be Marty the Moth. Oh my god.
Or Pentagon Dark.
Oh yeah, that too. Both good options.
What do you think Marty's gonna be doing?
Well, we saw he was tied up, so I don't know.
He didn't seem to be upset with being tied up.
No,
maybe him and his sister just playing those games.
He went a little full lunatic, I'm guessing. Went to the Ambrose Asylum.
He did. And we'll see if that turns out favorably for him. The new Trios champs.
Just have a fourth member.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, somehow, some way. I don't know who this fourth member of Los Bad Guys is, but we'll see soon enough. And also in action, hopefully we see Matanza, Mil Mortez, and the Sniper Killshot.
Hopefully. Did we see Killshot? Oh wait, yeah, we definitely saw Killshot in the trailer.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
I think we even saw him unmasked, briefly.
Mm-hmm. And Matanza's in a cell.
He lives in that cell.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He never lives.
I thought he was like in a.
A
cage.
Yeah. Last year they had him in like a warehouse.
Yeah.
He's always in some like box, unfortunately. I feel a little bit bad for him.
Storage crate.
Yeah, a shipping container or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Next season on Lucha Underground, Matanza is stored in like a cell at the bottom of the ocean.
Mm-hmm. Just a lockbox, just a steel box.
Absolutely, and then Drago comes out through the ground. Spreads his wings.
I wonder if we'll get to see more excellently rendered CG fire.
Oh, we will. I guarantee we will. Thank you, Robert Rodriguez. Movie magic.
Was he really breathing fire?
Is he really a dragon? I think he's actually a dragon, right?
Yeah.
And Aerostar is actually like legitimate.
And his tongue's actually like super long.
Well, obviously.
Though that part still baffles me, like how, like for a shoot, that part does baffle me.
Yeah, I know.
How does he do it?
I don't know. There's some parts of the business that I'm kind of glad aren't exposed, and that's one of them. I like to stay in disbelief. Kind of like how I feel about you, honestly, about Punk getting into the cage this weekend, the Octagon. I'm calling it right here, since this is the last episode before the fight. I think that CM Punk is going to be defeated, but he's going to get to a decision. He's going to have a hard-fought decision loss, and that is going to sustain hype for him in UFC, and he's going to continue fighting. That's my thinking. What do you think?
It's got a big fight feel.
He does have a big fight feel, absolutely, for a debut. What do you think, Sam?
I mean, who knows? It seems like you said earlier, both of the fighters are pretty new, like, on the scene. Yeah. So, I mean, you could expect anything, really.
You're right.
But
could be a 5-second knockout.
Yeah, it could. Hopefully not.
GTS!
Will he have his sockless loafers on?
And his diet soda?
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll have diet soda. I'm drinking tea and he's drinking not diet soda. No.
I don't want.
No. But AJ Styles definitely wants some of the WWE World Title this Sunday at Backlash. I personally think the phenomenal one, the face that runs the place, is going to go over. You think Dean's going to stick with the title, though?
No, I do have a feeling that AJ is going to win the title. Okay. Yeah. But I mean, I'd be happy either way because I like both of them a lot. But I think I don't know how much I like Dean as champ, because, I mean, tell me what you think about this, but I don't really think he's super good as, like, a dominant champion, because it seemed like a lot of what made him great was when he'd just get the dog shit beat out of him and have to, like, struggle, and he's a lunatic, he's crazy, he can take all kinds of beating, but when he's, like, I don't know, when he's champion, it's hard to really get away with that.
No, I agree. Because his whole kind of gimmick is based on selling, right? Mm-hmm. And when he's on top, he doesn't really just sell as much, so it's hard to have as much sympathy for him. Because you're right, it was all, like, for example, the matches he had with Luke Harper. Mm-hmm. But Luke Harper would just hammer him for 20 minutes. Yeah. And then Dean would hit Dirty Deeds and win.
Yeah.
All of a sudden,
spike his head into the mat like a railroad spike.
Also, it seems like Randy Orton is poised to
oh my goodness.
leave Bray Wyatt dead and awaiting his belly, his next meal for the Apex Predator.
Oh man, both the promos from Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton are so good.
Very good.
I'm so hyped for this match.
This is the rare time though where like Bray Wyatt set someone up to hit a better promo than him. The rare time. Yeah. Where someone turned it around and then made it better. And it did it in the Bray style too. Mm-hmm. I can totally get behind that. I think it's really cool how Bray is forcing Randy to kind of go outside of his comfort zone a little bit. It's going to force him to be better, and honestly, they're going to put on a tremendous match.
Yeah, they will. And I was just thinking about how it's Bray versus Randy, and it's sad that we never got to see Bray Wyatt versus Brock Lesnar.
It is sad.
Because that was going to happen.
It was. I'm sure we'll get another chance.
And then it was going to be Luke Harper, and then they both got injured, and then they were just like, well, what do we do now?
Randy Orton. Yeah. And that's where Randy comes in. But honestly,
possibly saves the day.
I think he will. Honestly, I think Bray and Brock will definitely get the chance. You don't need to worry about that too much. It may be in WrestleMania next year. In all seriousness, though, I get the impression that Vince wants Braun Strowman to be that guy.
Yeah, I think so. But we haven't seen him have too many like real matches yet, so we'll see how he fares in an actual feud without the command of Bray Wyatt and all that.
When you're that huge, I don't think you don't necessarily have to be good on the mic.
True, but I feel like most of his in-ring stuff, like, he no-sells a bit too much, which, like, I guess is good for big men, but sometimes when they sell a bit too much, it's like, wow, this kind of just isn't that entertaining, at least to me anyways.
Yeah, like someone like Mil Muertes, for example, he sells a lot.
That's like the critical thing with big men matches is if it's just too much no-selling, then it gets really boring really fast.
For sure.
Because then it's like, wow, you just can't really hurt them.
I'm thinking about, what was it, Earthquake versus Hulk Hogan?
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, we've talked about Hulk more than enough on tonight's show. Briefly, we need to...
Hulkamania's running wild, brother. It's on this show.
Somehow, some way, the Hulkster gets into pretty much every show, every segment. Just completely hijacks the show. Speaking of hijacking the show, we already touched on that awful New Day and the club bit. One thing that I thought was actually pretty good from Raw, pretty divisive. I saw the feedback was, there was a lot of negative, along with the positive. The Sasha Banks, Mark Henry bit.
Yes, Sasha putting on the pink suit and going to work on the entire WWE universe.
Got me hooked. Some people are like, oh, it's so fake. I guess I believed it.
Yeah, are we just marks?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Guilty.
Yeah.
And our punishment is we have to keep watching Raw.
Our punishment is that we were thoroughly entertained, so I guess we're laughing now.
Are you saying punish me, Sasha? And that's all the time we have tonight for Wrestling Ramble. Thanks once again for joining us. They're shutting the club down, and once again, so are we. Anything you want to add before we roll out here?
Nothing other than Becky Lynch for Women's Champ, SmackDown Women's Champ, and Raw too. Why not? Just go over there after.
Just take over.
Yeah.
Like Asuka's taken over. I've cleared out the women's division.
Oh my goodness. But wait, Ember Moon flying up from behind.
How did Ember put it? A blood moon forms in the abyss. Right.
That's gonna be the most hype feud ever.
Absolutely. It will. Stay tuned.
H, please.
And we'll be back next week. Hopefully, not hopefully, definitely with a hype new season of Wrestling Ramble.
5-0.